What day of the week is 1st of January 2015? Can you answer this question? Is it possible that we are able to find out the answer to this question without looking at a calendar? Have you ever imagined how a calendar is made? We use calendars on a daily basis, but have we ever thought who made it or how it was made first? What are the principles that go behind making a calendar? What all improvements are there that have been made to the ubiquitous calendar? Can we make a calendar of our own? How are there universal calendars in electronic devices? All these questions can be answered if we know the basics behind a calendar. We have seen what the fascinations behind a calendar are. So, how did it all start? Supposedly, the first day of the English calendar is a Monday. So, 01010001, that is, the 1st of January of the year 0001, that is, the first day of the calendar is a Monday. This is the most basic thing that one should know. From here on starts the calendar. We know the Earth takes 24 hours to rotate once on its axis. We call that a day. The Earth takes 365 days to complete a revolution around the Sun. This time period is what we call a year. The days of an year are grouped into weeks and months, and all these form part of a calendar. These figures of 24 hours for a day and 365 days for an year are not exact. There are some small deviations and the calculations are a little complex. In order to accommodate these small differences, we make some periodic adjustments to the calendar. Let us have a close look at the adjustments. The calendar is made in such a way that there is a leap year every 4 years. As you know, a leap year is an year in which there are 366 days instead of the usual 365. 2012 was a leap year. 2016 is the next leap year. Any year that is divisible by 4 is a leap year. Remember the divisibility test for 4? The last two digits should be divisible by 4. Look at 2012. 12 is divisible by 4. 16 is divisible by 4, etc. So, every 4 years, one day is added to the calendar. Does that suffice for the adjustment? No. What are the other adjustments required? Any year that is divisible by 100 is not a leap year. So, 1900 was not a leap year. 2100 will not be a leap year. 1800 was not a leap year. This means that every 100 years there will be an year which actually belongs to the leap year category according to normal calculations, which is taken away from being a leap year. So the adjustment is done. Is that all? Are we finished with the adjustments? No. As we now know, every 100 years there will be a leap year taken away from the calendar. So, that year will have only 365 days. Still, the adjustment of Earth's revolution is not complete. Every 400 years, there is a leap year added to the leap year that was taken away. For example, year 1900 is not a leap year, but year 2000 is a leap year. Why? Because 1900 is a 100th year and 2000 is a 400th year. Note that all 400th years will be 100th years as well, and therefore we say that a leap year is included every 400 years. Knowing how to find a leap year is the key to understanding calendars. How do we do it? Step 1. Check the divisibility of the year by 4. There are two possibilities. A. It is not divisible by 4. We can be sure that it is then not a leap year. B. It is divisible by 4. Then it may or may not be a leap year. We need to check the divisibility with 100 to be sure. As step 2, we check the divisibility of the year by 100. Here also, there are two possibilities. A. It is not divisible. Then this year is divisible by 4 and not by 100. This year is definitely a leap year. B. It is divisible by 100. Then this year, which is divisible by 4 and by 100, may or may not be a leap year. We need to check the divisibility with 400 to be sure. As step 3, check the divisibility by 400. Here also, there are two possibilities. A. It is not divisible. Then the year is not a leap year. Here, the year is divisible by 4 and by 100, but it is not divisible by 400. Example 1900. Such years are not leap years. B. It is divisible. Then the year is a leap year. Here, the year is divisible by 4 and by 400. It is definitely a leap year. Please look at the flowchart given in the next slide for further clarity on this. Do all these step by step. First, do step 1. If the answer is no, you've reached a conclusion that the year is not a leap year. If it is a yes, then go to step 2. If the answer to that operation is a no, then you know the year is a leap year. If the answer is yes, then go to step 3. If the answer is a no, then the year is not a leap year. If the answer to this operation is a yes, it is a leap year. What are we saying here? If a year is divisible by 400, it is a leap year for sure. If a year is divisible by 100 and not by 400, it is not a leap year. If a year is divisible by 4 but not by 100, it is a leap year. If a year is not divisible by 4, it is not a leap year at all. This is the basic set of understanding that is required to learn calendars. I hope we now know how to identify leap years. Years 400, 800, 1200, 1600, 2000, 2400, etc. are leap years. Years 100, 200, 300, 500, 600, 700, 900, 1000, 1100, 1300, 1500, 1700, 1800, 1900, 2100, etc. are not leap years. Note the absentee years here. They are the ones that we pointed out at the beginning and classified into leap years. For every other year pattern, divisibility by 4 would be an easy parameter to look at to identify whether or not it is a leap year. Now that we have got the hang of years, let us get hold of the weeks and learn that logic perfectly. All of us know that every week has 7 days. After 7 days, the pattern repeats. Now, any 7 consecutive days will form part of a full week. If there are 8 days, it will be 1 week plus 1 day. In any group of days, if there happens to be a day which is not part of a full week, it is called the odd day. It is odd because it does not belong to a complete week. If there are 9 days, there will be 2 odd days. If there are 10 days, there will be 3 odd days. If there are 11 days, there will be 4. If there are 12 days, there will be 5 odd days. If there are 13 days, there will be 6. 7 days of a week plus 6 odd days. If there are 14 days, there will be 0 odd days because 7 odd days means that they will form one full week and hence there will be no odd days. Why do we need to calculate odd days? Clue? Can we find out what day of the week was 110002? That is 1st of January, year 0002. So, in a month, there will be how many odd days? We cannot generalize. It will depend on the month, is it not? So, January has 31 days. That will be 4 weeks plus 3 odd days. February has 28 days for a normal February and 29 days for a leap February. So, February will have 4 weeks plus 0 odd days if it were a normal February and 4 weeks plus 1 day for a leap year February. March will have 3 odd days. April 2 odd days. May 3. June 2. July 3. August 3. September 2. October 3. November 2. And December 3 odd days. Look at the total number of days in each month to identify the odd days. Are you clear on all the months and the odd days in them? If yes, can you predict the number of odd days in a year? Add up all the odd days of all the months. We will get 3 plus 0 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. That is equal to 29 odd days in a general year and 30 odd days in a leap year. But can there be 29 odd days? No. It will be divided into 29, that is equal to 4 weeks plus 1 odd day. Therefore, a normal year will have 1 odd day. A leap year will have 30, that is equal to 4 weeks plus 2 odd days. A leap year therefore will have 2 odd days. Look at it this way. A normal year has 365 days. It is equal to 52 weeks and 1 day. Therefore, a normal year will have 1 odd day and a leap year will have 2 odd days. Is that not what we calculated using months? Yes. So, any day that is not part of a full week is called an odd day, and various months and years will have various odd days according to the number of days in them. Now, can you say what day of the week will be 1st of January 0002? There will be one odd day in the year 0001. Since it is not a leap year according to definitions, there is no confusion and there will be one odd day. So, December 31st of 0001 will not be part of a full week. So, it has to be a Monday. Therefore, the 1st of January 0002 will be a Tuesday. I repeat, the 1st of January year 0002 will be a Tuesday. Now, let us take a block of 100 years. How many odd days will a block of 100 years have? There are two possibilities. One, a block of 100 years that will finish with a leap year divisible by 400. Or 2, a block of 100 years that will finish without a leap year. In the first case, there will be 25 leap years and 75 non-leap years. And in the second case, there will be 24 leap years and 76 normal years. So, the number of odd days will be 25 into 2 plus 75 into 1, that is equal to 125 odd days for the first group, and 24 into 2 plus 76 into 1, that is equal to 124 odd days for the second group respectively. So, in the general case of a block of 100 years, there will be 17 into 7 plus 5, that is equal to 124 odd days, means there will be 17 weeks plus 5 odd days, which is equivalent to 5 odd days for 100 years. In the case of 100 years ending with a leap year divisible by 400, it will be 17 weeks plus 6 days. Therefore, there will be 6 odd days in such a block. So, what will be 01010101? That is 1st of January year 101. It is the first day after the first 100 years of the calendar. We know there will be odd days in a block of 100 years. So, the 1st January 0101 would have been. Now, let us look at a block of 400 years. 400 years block ending with leap year divisible by 400 will have 3 blocks of normal 100 years and 1 block of 100 years ending with a leap year divisible by 400. Therefore, the number of odd days will be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6, that is equal to 21 odd days. And that means there will be 0 odd days for a block of 400 years that ends with a leap year divisible by 400. It is because 21 odd days means 3 complete weeks. So, what will be the day of the week for the 1st of January 0401 or 1st of January of year 401? It is the first day after a block of 400 years. We know that a block of 400 years will have 0 odd days. So, after 400 years, there will be no odd days, or the calendar restarts itself from the very beginning. Therefore, the 1st of January year 401 will be a Monday. I repeat, the 1st of January 0401 will be a Monday. What day of the week will be 1st January 2015? For the first 2000 years, there will be 0 odd days because every bunch of 400 years will have 0 odd days. Therefore, the first 2000 years will have 0 odd days. After that, there are 14 years, of which 3 years, 2004, 2008 and 2012, are leap years. Therefore, there are 11 normal years and 3 leap years en route 2015 January 1st. So, the number of odd days will be equal to 11 into 1 plus 3 into 2, that is equal to 17 odd days. Or there will be 2 weeks plus 3 odd days. Or in short, 2015 January 1st will be the 4th odd day, that is, it will be a Thursday. Now, check the calendar and you will know how correct the calculations are. Refer the question given. In this question, the day corresponding to a particular date is given, and we are asked to find the day corresponding to another date. Once we find out the number of odd days in between these two dates, we will be able to give the answer. Let us try to do that. Look at this. July 1st to June 30th is a year, is it not? Yes. Therefore, from July 1st, 2013 to June 30th, 2015, there will be 2 odd days. Why? Because 2014 and 2015 are both non-leap years. Therefore, there will be 2 odd days. From 4th June to 1st July, there are 27 days. So, there are 29 odd days between these two dates given in the question, which is equivalent to 4 weeks plus 1 day. And therefore, 1st July 2015 will start on the next day after 4th June 2013. So, it will be a Wednesday. This is how you have to tackle questions on calendars. Once you have mastered the concept of odd days and that of the leap year, you can find out the answer to all questions based on calendar logic. That is the advantage of calendar logic. You learn it well and bingo! You get the answer to all the questions under that head. Now, let us have a recap. First, in this session, we understood how to find out whether a given year is a leap year or not. There are a few conditions that we need to check and we went through those. Next, we looked at the concept of odd days and got ourselves familiarized with it. We looked at the number of odd days in months, years, block of 100 years and block of 400 years. We looked at the application of these concepts to find out a day of the week for a date in a particular year. In case of a reference point given and a further date asked to be found out, the idea is to calculate the odd days between them and then the problem resolves itself. This is a standalone concept in aptitude questions. Questions can arise based only on this, and this will not help you in resolving any problems other than the ones that arise out of calendars. Nevertheless, we can be happy and contented that we have solved a mystery hanging around our neck since we knew dates. Moreover, the complex logic and its understanding will leave us in better stead as far as our logic development is concerned. An added advantage is that since this concept is clearly understood, that is the end of that. You will be able to crack every problem from calendars. All the best.